Hi, everyone. I'm Kelsey McCarty, branch manager at Raines and Oliver Capital Advisors. Today, I'm not here to talk about the stock market, your accounts, or even policy decisions in Washington. Instead, I want to share something very close to my heart, especially as we prepare to celebrate our country's Independence Day. At our firm, we believe it is important that our clients know who we are, not just professionally, but personally, what drives us, what we care about, and how we stay connected to our communities. You may remember what happened on July 10th, 2017.
This is Lucy Kaffanoff with late-breaking news on a deadly plane crash in Mississippi. A KC-130 military transport plane crashed earlier this afternoon in Mississippi's LaFleur County. The plume of black smoke could be seen for miles. State emergency management officials have confirmed fatalities, but it is unclear at this point how many people died.
A military plane, call sign Yankee 72, crashed into the soybean fields near Itta, Mississippi. The plane was flying from Cherry Point, North Carolina to El Centro, California, with plans to continue to Yuma, Arizona. At around 4 p.m. Central Time, air traffic control lost radar contact. Soon after, smoke was seen rising from both sides of Highway 82. The crash claimed the lives of 16 Americans, 9 Marines from VMGR 452, and 7 from the 2nd Raider Battalion, including the Navy Corpsman. Recovery efforts began immediately. First responders from Sunflower and LaFleur counties rushed to the scene. Marines from across the country arrived to assist, working tirelessly in the sweltering Delta heat. And the local community stepped up, providing meals, support, and comfort to those on the ground. What many don't know is that I'm the proud daughter of a Marine Corps veteran. I grew up surrounded by Marines and their families, people who lived lives of service and sacrifice. My dad has continued that service long after his active duty through organizations like the VFW, Marine Corps League, and American Legion. In July 2017, he was serving as Commandant of the Mississippi Marine Corps League. When we heard the news, we were devastated. The Marine Corps is a tight-knit family, and this tragedy happened in our home state. Not long after the crash, my dad and a few fellow Marines were out to dinner in Hattiesburg. They knew something had to be done to honor these men. And what started as an idea for a small roadside marker quickly grew into something much bigger.
Yankee 72, KC-130 Marine Corps aircraft crashed in LaFleur County, Mississippi, killing 50 Marines and 1 Navy Corpsman. Now, local Marines have raised money for a memorial that will be built near the crash site.
Addison, now retired from the Marines, has been raising money since the beginning of 2018 for a memorial that will be erected near the crash site. The memorial will be called the Yankee 72 Memorial, which was the plane's call sign. It will be located at the Emergency Operations Center used in the recovery effort.
At the time, I was heading into my senior year at Ole Miss, majoring in marketing communications. My dad asked me to help with social media and fundraising. Our goal was to raise $80,000. Within a month, thanks to donations from military organizations and people around the world, we raised nearly $120,000. The memorial was completed in time for the first anniversary of the crash. It was then that we formed the Yankee 72 Memorial Committee, and I've served as the Communications and Hospitality Coordinator ever since. With support from groups like the Wingman Foundation and the Marine Raider Foundation, we flew in over 100 family members for the unveiling on the weekend of the first anniversary. They walked the fields where their loved ones were found, visited smaller memorials, and attended a ceremony where we unveiled the Yankee 72 Memorial Highway and the permanent memorial site that had just been built. The memorial features a replica of the aircraft, facing the direction it was flying before the crash. Around it are the engraved names of all 16 men. The American, Marine Corps, and Navy flags stand proudly beside it. That day, we were joined by Governor Phil Bryant, Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, and commanders from both of the units, along with many of their fellow Marines that served alongside them. You might think that that's where the story ends, but it's not. Every year since, we've returned to the Delta to have an annual ceremony at the memorial site. Each year, we are joined by dozens of family members, the first responders, community leaders, and those same loving Mississippians who stepped up in the community to bring food and offer help on that hot July day in 2017. What began as a solemn remembrance has become something like a family reunion. These families, spread from Washington to New York, Michigan to Texas, had no ties to Mississippi. But now they call it their second home, and they call us their Mississippi family, something we are honored to be. I've learned something powerful over these past 8 years. Two things can be true at once. You can be grateful for the people that you've met through tragedy and still wish that the tragedy never happened. We honor these 16 men not just for their service, but for who they were beyond the uniform and for the incredible families that they left behind. This year, the 8th annual Yankee 72 Memorial Ceremony will be held on Saturday, July 12th at 10 a.m., directly across from Mississippi Valley State University on Highway 82. If you can attend in person, we'll post a video afterward on the Yankee 72 Memorial Facebook page. I also encourage you to stop by the memorial if you are in the Itabena area, or to pull over on the side of Highway 82 near the fields where the crash happened if you're driving by, and take a moment to remember these men, their families, and to say a prayer of peace for them and for our country. As I end this video, I want to take a moment to say the names of these 16 heroes who died on July 10th, 2017, because as long as somebody is saying their names, then their service and sacrifice has not been forgotten. From the VMGR 452 crew, Major Ken Goyette, Captain Sean Elliott, Gunnery Sergeant Mark Hopkins, Gunnery Sergeant Brendan Johnson, Staff Sergeant Joshua Snowden, Sergeant Owen Lennon, Sergeant Julian Kivan, Corporal Daniel Baldassari, Corporal Colin Schaff. From the 2nd Marine Raider Battalion, Staff Sergeant William Kundrat, Staff Sergeant Robert Cox, Sergeant Talon Leach, Sergeant Chad Jensen, Sergeant Joseph Murray, Sergeant Dietrich Schmiemann, Hospital Corpsman First Class Ryan Lowry.